kind of tired today. I tossed and turned most of the evening. Trying to do a group to get a primal nether, but so far no such luck. But that sucks. We bought these primal manas trying to farm nethers, and now heroics have kind of dropped off the map, unfortunately. So finding a group to do a heroic, especially early in the days, like there's not hardly anybody on. They're all busy playing their real World of Warcraft or whatever, regular servers and all that. I'm trying. He's trying. Oh. So I'm kind of worn down and tired today, and that sucks because at 8 tonight I have to do a raid, which might require me taking a nap between now and then. Go for a few more walks and try to just muscle through today, I guess, right? Well, you join a group and ask for a hard reserve, like, really? They found a 5th person, but he wants to hard reserve the nether. It's like, I would, rolling on it's fine, but sit there like, you're not in the group, we have a group started. Usually, if you want to hard reserve something, which is I don't necessarily agree with it to begin with, you have to start the group and put it together and ask people to agree before they join the group. Thanks for the suggestions. Yeah, I'm trying to farm them. This happens to be the only group going right now. Do it later, do it now, whatever. Thank you, Dr. Warcraft, for your advice. I much appreciate it. So the economy looks like it's getting better. The fucking PPI numbers, I guess, the thing the other day, right, was lower than expected. Now the unemployment claims are lower than expected. All they have to do is fucking draw this thing to a conclusion, and hopefully, um, he is the one who designed it that way, right? So, Jerry? There we go. Where are we headed? Yeah, say do slave pens. Like, black morass is good too. Darnassus Theramore, Port Theramore. Do they? He says, Olivia. So they have a Taylor Swift's cat, in case you don't know. Think about chicken breast, right? Like, it would be better for me just to get like real chicken breast and just cook chicken breast, but having to cook to preheat the oven and cook and clean every day to eat one chicken breast. Like, I just get the rotisserie chickens from the store and steam a pile of vegetables, which was awesome yesterday. As much of the shit that I can eat, right? Like, as much of vegetables as I can eat. Broccoli, carrots, celery, um, all that kind of stuff. Peas, carrots, right, all good for you. I've never went the steam. Oh, asparagus too. I've never really went the steamed vegetables route. Like everybody always talks about it, carnivore and all that. Which I'm not necessarily doing a carnivore thing because, um, I guess kind of because I eat bagels sometime during the day, which is 100 carbs. And breakfast is 2 bananas, 4 eggs. I should eat a bigger breakfast, but I'm um, trying to get back to where like like right at the sweet spot, or which I guess in all reality I could afford a few hundred extra calories, but which might be like 2 more eggs for breakfast or something. But for now, we're gonna see how. I'm an egg eating fool though, really am. I used to not. Well, I used to drink the eggs and stuff for breakfast with creatine and all that when I was like 26 years old, about 10 years ago now. Um, when I was really trying to get into shape and I couldn't afford to eat, I worked at a grocery store. I'd take home day-old eggs or whatever, like right before the expiration or right past the sell-by date. And I just tons and tons of eggs, which I never really had a. But the thing is, though, I was getting up at like 3:30, 4 in the morning to open the store at like 4 or 5 or whatever it was, and I would stay there until like 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock. Like having to change clothes at work and shit, dude. That shit was annoying. Having to like close the meat shop, which means you're covered in like meat and water and all that stuff, and then close the fucking meat shop at like 6, and then finish close. Like people have come and went 2 different shifts and had gone home, and I'd still be there. And they, yeah, I guess they appreciated it as much as they could, right? They appreciated not having to do shit, basically. And what a fucking nightmare, though. When you drink like 10 eggs for breakfast, creatine, that'd be my breakfast, right? I wouldn't have any carbs. And I was on like this thing where like I'm gonna do a ketogenic diet because they all say it's how you lose weight. And I would always get like 3 or 4 days without carbs, and then I'd start getting all fucking like carb hungry, which it actually affects your mood and all this other stuff. And I'd fucking go, oh, whatever, you know, and just get a box of Swiss rolls after work and eat like 2 entire boxes full of fucking chocolate covered Swiss rolls. And I'm like, God damn it, dude, why can't I control myself, right? Well, the thing was, is I was eating a whole lot, or not really, I wasn't eating a lot. The thing is, like, I'm like, well, if being in a carb restricted diet helps you lose weight, then calories and carb restricted will make you lose even more weight, right? And I was all plexed up about being fat when I was a kid. So I was pushing myself probably a little too hard as usual. And that being said, I'm like, the reason why I was craving all that extra sugar and sweets and carbs so much to where the point where like I fucking, a whole new me was like, get to the fucking grocery store and buy the sweets, right? Was because I wasn't eating enough of the regular, like, just fat, and like I wasn't, you know, wasn't doing the shit correctly, because I was, like I said, I was basically starving myself. And so like the crash part of the diet was the reason why you were so hungry for carbs is because you weren't getting enough fat, you know, which is the principle is that once you starve your body of carbohydrates, it switches to a different metabolic process that uses fat as a fuel source instead of carbohydrates. And then it burns off stored body fat, which helps you get shredded, right, and helps you lose weight. And I was still trying to get rid of the fucking things to this day in my love handles, right? Haven't done it successfully after all these years. I'll get it eventually, though. And the reason why you were so extra hungry for anything else is because it was just trying to so instead of just fucking adding shredded cheese and eating bacon grease and all that stuff like I should have been doing, I'd make it like 4 days of whatever, and then the ketosis would kick in, right? And I would fucking just be starving to death. There was years there where all I ate for breakfast was like a 10 to 12 eggs, drank 10 to 12 eggs. My lunch consisted of chopped lettuce, 0 calories pretty much, like 6 or 8 hard-boiled eggs, 2 cans of tuna, and fat-free Italian dressing. So like basically nothing at all, and I wondered why I felt like shit all the time, right? I was that about trying to get skinny. And I forget what lunch and dinner and all that stuff was like, whatever. Because I'd eat lunch at work, and it would be a fucking salad, and I'd work 10, 12 hours, get out, walk 2 miles to the gym, work out for an hour and a half, get home, and like basically just shower, fall asleep, and wake up and do it all again the next day. For years. For years I did this, right? Fucking annoying. What portal number do you want me to use my portal device? So, we need one to volunteer for 17. Can we get one volunteer? One volunteer step forward, please. Let the man-eating chicken try and guess how much your bearded husband's wife weighs. Or whatever. What's the fucking shtick? What's the carnival thing? What's the man-eating chicken straw man guess how much your bearded wife weighs? Here, come on down, turkey legs and funnel cakes. We need one person to volunteer for port 17. And whatever. Process of elimination, guy. You're the only one left there. Oh, shampoo. No. 14, 13, 14, 15, 16. Which Olivia hasn't volunteered? always complain about black morass, right? Wait, wait, wait. Let me get a fucking wizard oil. They're so cheap to have a wizard oil on. There's no reason to, like, not have a fucking thing all the time. 40 extra damage all the time, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. But I do need to bump up to about 3,000 calories or more a day. I'm like right at, like yesterday I did 2,700 to see how I felt today, which is not enough. I know that. Tomorrow or later today I'll end up making up for it. But I was at like 218 as far as my weight's concerned. I'm like, I gained a little bit too much too quick, and I wanted to see if I kind of restricted myself for a day or two and did a decent amount of cardio, if it would, if I would drop back down to where I should be, which is like 215 if I want to put it on in a nice and slow kind of, like a pound a month if possible, right? Try to put it on the right way. Come on down, come on down. Watch the, what is it? The bearded, no, the strong man's bearded fat wife try to guess how much your, whatever the fucking man-eating chicken husband weighs. Or all in one, guys. Right. All one big sideshow attraction. It's like all the fucking COVID budget, whatever the fucking AI replaced all the other carnies, right? We have 2 people left at our fucking circus, and it's a fat woman with a beard or some transgender with a beard pretending to be a man or something, and can bend a frying pan with his bare hands like Vladimir Putin. My kind of guy. My kind of guy for sure.
The time has come. Gul'dan, order your warlocks to double their efforts. Moments from now, the gateway will open, and your horde will be released upon this ripe, unsuspecting world.
Oh, good God, dude. Yeah. Oh, BM Hunter though. Gives me that extra. No, it's an unleash thing. No, he's a BM Hunter. Oh, for sure. Yeah, people always bitch about Black Morass. This is like my favorite instance, really, because it's just more objective based than. Oh, really? Yeah, go for it. Yeah. He said don't worry about it on the boss fight, I guess, right? Don't let the guy die. I don't know if he's trying to pyroblast me or not. Either way. Yeah, we got good DPS on this group, so we should be fine as long as Gentile hands here doesn't fuck it up. No, I think we're alright. I'm just giving him a hard time. We got one of these things down. We got another minute and a half of this. Am I not in range of his totems? Yeah, there we are. Yeah, hunters do crazy DPS, dude. I did not remember hunters being this much damage at level 70 last time. It was all, from what I can remember, man, it was like all Destro Warlocks and yeah, I mean, I rest my case. What I just said is what I said. I could AoE sooner, but there's no sense in it, really. I mean, I guess maybe there is. I don't know how many ads there are, one or two. Now this is the boss fight, Jerry? Hey, I'm a mage. I'm a mage. Amazing, right, instead of amazing. That's amazing. Jerry will die, Jerry. I thought the range on totems was more than that, but I guess not. Did that eat up one of my combustions? Really? That guy does that? I remember him never doing that before. Took us a while to get this group together, but I can pick and choose heroics, I guess. If I could get together, like, yeah, like anybody other than Mackenzie, dude. Mackenzie just loves playing fucking tug of war, dude. That guy just loves hanging out with me. He's an awesome guy, though. I'm not used to people being quite like that with me. Because if we go out in the yard and run around in circles and shit, more power to you. Help me farm and stuff. I'm kind of the same way with people, only I'm quiet. I don't like to, I just like to fucking be doing something, right? Like, take my mind off of life sometimes, but he just playing fetch just 10 minutes ago, wants to help me farm. It would make you think the AI robot dog thing could be pretty cool, only, you know, that kind of thing. I guess you can't play fetch with AI, but gosh, maybe you could, dude, couldn't you? Figure out a way to do it eventually. It's the thing you think, like, I don't know how well that would work though. You'd have to have control of the radio towers and all that stuff for it to work, probably. But that that thing they were showing, they showed us another thing that kind of used AI to show if people were behind walls and stuff. And you think like, well, they have that thing that lets you use your Wi-Fi to look through walls and determine if someone is behind a wall or whatever. And I've seen the military had something similar in a video I was watching earlier. You wonder if you could use something like 5G to do it though. Then again, that would like, you'd have to have 5G, I guess. Maybe they say that, right? And which means you'd have to, they would have to be your towers for that kind of thing to work, I think. So they say, right? Yeah, like, you wouldn't get congressional approval to use it in the United States, more than likely, right? Yeah, these guys are taking World of Warcraft as seriously as I do. What a sigh of relief. Really? Didn't hit any of them? Are you fucking serious? Shit. I don't know how I took all that damage. 31% chance to crit with a shaman and a moonkin. That would be like 40 to 18% more. God damn it. Can't click through that person. Fuck it. Whatever. Right. A thing to consider too, though, is apparently, right? So anytime you transition from like a regular, like finite kind of, uh, like a meme coin with the fixed supply and no smart contract or anything, you're like, you're gonna get stuck for a minute there, right? It's like, but when you adopt and transition to a DAO structure, if possible, there's always a certain amount of tokens that get lost in translation. You know what I mean? Effectively, right? Like, considering that most of the shit's automated trading anyway, there is, you know, however much of any token circulating supply migrating from a fixed supply to a DAO, like, it's not considered a burn necessarily, but a large portion of the tokens can be lost. You know, essentially, depending on what restrictions and guidelines you set on the migration process, right? So like, I would say just try to be as fair as possible. Like, give people a lengthy time to do it and take time. Like I said, there was this group of realists that did a migration, and they didn't put any effort forward to explain the migration process. Like, not everybody has used pump, what was it, token fund swap or whatever the fuck it's called. So, like a step-by-step, I think explanation should be required if you're going to sit there and say like, well, we launched using this system, and now we're just going to change it on you. And expect you to figure it out. It's like, well, that's not necessarily the thing we agreed upon whenever you launched a token. When you launched a token, you agreed that you would issue this many tokens, and that would be it, right? So when you transition from like, well, from that process to another, like a certain amount of explaining is required, I would think, for it to be kosher or like something that's acceptable. But from what I can tell, like, the process was done in such a sloppy manner that they made no effort to explain, other than like, just like there's no effort to explain even how to like download, install, and log into any of this shit. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, but it worries me to some degree or another, right? Because like, you want people to use this thing, right? Then like, why is there not one thing instructing someone on how to do it? Which tells me that it's just a bunch of insidery bullshit, really. And neither here nor there, because I'm not a part of it. But the thing is that in the process of them doing so, they managed to about 50% of their circulating supply doesn't exist anymore because of all the automated trading that was going on. And since those are just automated traders, they don't necessarily have an algorithm or a bot or an AI that can transition the tokens from one to the other. You know, they basically are just able to purchase and hold the token. They aren't necessarily able to like shift it from one thing to another or whatever. Oh, really? Fuck me running. That being said, I would say there is always going to be an amount that gets lost, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, but depending on what restrictions you put on the migration. Fuck. Really? Wrong fucking ward, guy. Really now? Oh shit. I kinda need that weapon. So if I have to have a extra amount of hit, it's really good like PvP and stuff, you know. I got the Book of Resilience offhand, don't I? PvP or something. Right, so they managed to not burn, but fucking eliminate half of their circulating supply doing that. And I think, okay, that's ultimately, that is good for the people holding the token, but it's not necessarily honest, because like, I just didn't see a whole lot of they could just be a fucking scam for all I know. So like, I'm sitting there grading their fucking paperwork. You know, if they don't give a shit, they don't give a shit. But that being said, though, you would think burning half the supply effectively. I'm like, yeah, it's just not honest if you're not going to sit there and like explain and post like a how-to guide on how to migrate and all that stuff. And if they did, then I'll eat my words. I just didn't see it, you know. Um, you would think there should be like a step-by-step how-to. Other than that, it's like, well, there's like this core group of guys and they're in on it, and not everybody else is, and like they decided to not do that very specifically because it meant that there would be more tokens burned and more for them. And I'm like, yeah, but at some point in time, past all the hype and all the ignorance, right, you have to realize that there are people that pay attention to this kind of shit. I'm one of them, and I would like to think my opinion matters, right? And these people are, you know, choosing to try and participate in a very dishonest way, and I don't agree with it. And they might not have done anything wrong, right? I might be the one that doesn't understand or whatever, but I have to say, like, if I'm paying attention to it, then other people are paying attention to it, right? And the type of people whose attention you don't want when it comes to these kind of things, that's all. So if Leah ever does migrate from a regular finite supply, fixed supply to a DAO or a smart contract, I'd have to say, like, we have really got to make sure that, like, emphasis on the time and how easy it is to do, and giving everybody the opportunity, and reaching out to people and posting like step-by-step how-to guides on how to do it. That way, you know, make it as, oh look, one of these things are over here. Because you don't want anyone to come back later and cry foul, you know what I mean? Especially if, oh right. Where is mine at? Fucking wrong one, didn't tab. Anyway. Some things I've been thinking on, because like, yeah, people don't care now, but if something you fucking got swindled out of, say swindled, but 500,000 tokens, yeah, you don't care now until it's worth $1, you know what I mean? Possibly, right? I'm not saying that's what it's, you know, but no one's mad until they have a reason to be, you know. Plus, it's kind of a gimmick anyway. You really only get one opportunity to swap from one contract to another, really. You only get about one, right? People don't like, well, we migrated once to get the whatever person trading fees or whatever the reason is for swapping to pump swap instead of whatever. You know what I mean? That's only the only reason they do that, I believe, is that way the token creator gets a percentage of all the fucking trades or whatever. You know, it's kind of a cheeseball thing. It's not necessarily to help the people holding the token; it's to help. And that they're not against that. I'm just saying that. Just how many of these things are being touted as being helpful for the overall project, and it's really just to help like one person or two people, right? What do you mean? Not. You know, it's more than just me playing. Why isn't he tanking where his consecrate hits the fucking things? Good God, really?
The time has come to shatter this clockwork universe forever. Let us no longer be slaves of our past. I warn you, those who do not embrace this greater path shall become victims of its passive. Champions, my shield grows weak.
Yeah, the tank's supposed to tank where the ads spawn, so when he consecrates. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not the one supposed to be pulling ads. Oh my God. Really? Yikes.
One less
Yeah, so like I said, it's just not a very honest way of doing this shit, basically. Um, how much effort's being done to actually, like, say, not interface with the community in some way, shape, or form that goes beyond just the core group of people that manage to be in on the thing, right? I don't know how the druid pulled aggro. We should be fine if the shield's at 40%, 44%. Really hoping for that nether. And now, it looks like those guys already ran back. Fuck. All this goddamn shit. All this shit
The
respawned.
shield is nearly gone. All that I have worked for is in danger.
How'd these guys get back so quick? Feign death and all that? I'm stuck in combat. Oh, come on, guy, don't pull just yet. drop trinkets in a different order there. Cool.
I am grateful for your aid, champions. Now, Gul'dan's horde will sweep across this world like a locust swarm. All my designs, all my carefully laid plans will at last fall into place.
I don't think so. Cool. Well, now. Perfect. I need to eat. Or at least drink a shake or something. It's 8:30. Let's consider when I woke up. What time it is now. Alright. I'll be right back. Cool, cool. It's funny, when I was growing up, my mom has like a really big family. She's like the youngest of nine, basically, right? I had this crazy uncle named Michael that used to run around. He looked just like Charles Manson. And he used to sit on his soapbox in South St. Louis and preach that he was Jesus Christ. And for years, dude, all the guy ever drank, anytime you'd ever see him, he grew his hair out and he looked like that part from Forrest Gump where the guy had, where Forrest had grown his hair out, right? Or grown his hair out, rather. And he looked like Charles Manson, basically. But all the guy, like, he weighed about like 90 pounds. All he ever, you ever seen him drinking, any point in time of the day, he had a jug of that goddamn Tang, that astronaut powder that people fucking, that people drink when they're in space or whatever. Powdered orange drink. That's what I put in there this morning. Yeah, he was a nut though, wasn't he? My old Uncle Michael. Yeah, yeah. Okay, 251 gold. Double check, make sure. There it is, right. Drinking goddamn astronaut powder is all the guy ever drank. All I ever ate too. I don't think I ever seen him eat anything. Maybe a few cucumbers here and there. Whatever reason. Strange people though.
You got my attention. Hey, good.
Well, so far the plan to farm one primal nether
What can I do for
has taken me 2 runs, about an hour and 45 minutes altogether, I guess, right? I guess it's good. Kill me. Get it over with. Good God. Yeah, I don't know if. Come on, Bitcoin. People are going positive, bro. I do feel the turnaround is different, which is good because in the future I'll know better. Like, I've been sat and fucking waterboarded this entire time. You know, it's like when you see the market go up despite the fact that there's no real actionable news to, you know, like for over a year now, every news story, the market just went down no matter how good the news was, right? Good or bad, right? Now we're getting mixed reviews as far as the news is concerned. A couple good things, a couple bad things, but it's not really amounting to. The bad news isn't tanking the market, so you can see it's kind of hopefully in some sort of reversal, hopefully permanently or semi-permanently. Secret handshake. Oh my god, dude. So what did I buy these for? 13 or 12 or... I wish it would tell me what the average acquired price for it was. So that way I knew how much to sell it for. Well, I might log off for a little while. Log back on later. And anyway,